I'm not just a fan of your music, but I miss It Takes a Church. Can we just for a second look back to the show? You had 2 seasons of the show. And I know that you saw a lot of couples come together, some not so well, some that probably lasted. And I've been in a relationship for a little while now. I'm curious if you could tell us what that you've seen makes a good couple.
Well, I mean, honestly, thankfully, I have more experience in real life than from the television show since I've almost been married for 17 years. But I think, still it just comes down to, are you more concerned about what you need, or are you more concerned about what you can provide? And my husband and I both, I feel like what we say about the other is that he completely has my best interests at heart, and I know it every day. Every day he's thinking, how can I serve my wife? And I think every day I'm thinking, how can I serve my husband? And when you actually have that mindset, it helps you. It doesn't take away, because that would be a lie, but it helps you not always be so concerned with your needs. And I think that what happens is so many people have unmet expectations, right? Because you have these expectations that you're going to fall in love, because that's what the movies tell us. So that's what TV tells us. And that's even what The Bachelor or It Takes a Church, even though it was a sweet church show, it's edited together to make you think this is all magic and fairy tales. And I'm like, tell me a real life that actually looks like that. And it sounds like such a cliche, but it really is truth. After 17 years, I can say love is totally a choice. Yeah. Like if you're expecting that really oogly googly feeling to last, it does not last. But what does last is when you choose to love. And I really think that's what helps my husband and I the most.
See, and that's what I'm curious about, because America's favorite train wreck, The Bachelor, is back on TV, and people expect to just be able to meet someone and fall in love in 15 short episodes.
Right?
And
no, it's a disaster.
It's even faster on your show, because it was one episode where it all ran together, and I'm sure it was edited and stuff for time.
Yes, but still.
After seeing your show take place, and maybe if you've ever watched The Bachelor or Bachelorette out there, I don't know, but do you honestly believe people can meet, fall in love instantly in a moment, and then it lasts a lifetime?
Wow.
Because some people do.
Yeah, right. And I do think that you can look at the track record of The Bachelor and say, okay, but very few.
Right.
But there are the few, Tristan, Ryan, don't ask me why I know those names. But
Earl, Sean, and Catherine about to have their first baby. I shouldn't know it either.
But there are a few that make it, but it's just very few and far between. I want to be careful, because there's people listening that are like, I knew that's my husband. I met him yesterday. Yeah. But I think the process is become incredible friends. And I can honestly say, my husband and I met him and I was like, oh my gosh, I will marry him. If he asks me in 30 minutes, I'm totally saying yes. And unfortunately, he did not feel the same way right away. It took him a year to figure out that I was the girl of his dreams, and I'm still forgiving him for it. But what's amazing is that we did become best friends. Yeah. So by the time we actually went on what people would classify as a date, we kind of knew we wanted to get married, because we had this friendship and this trust built up. And so maybe over the months that they filmed The Bachelor, they become friends. I don't know. I don't think it's the best way, but I don't want to say that it can't work. I just don't think it typically does.